Without truth, there is no life to honor. Without love, no reason to live. There's still time to change in your behavior and to learn all that we should give. This world is not our own, we're just the lesson custodians. To God, to guide and feed your children's needs. We bend on land and show no direction. We daily kill the plants, we throw away the seeds. Let us be the generation of them. Yeah. Yeah, disappearing everywhere. Who cares? Somebody better pray. Somebody better pray.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Future of Talk on 648 TV. I hope you guys are hearing me loud and clear in the studio. I want to say good afternoon to all those of you locked on. Those of you locked on in sweet Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to those of you locked on in Tobago. And of course, I want to say good afternoon to those of you locked on the World Wide Web. Those of you locked on across the Caribbean. Those of you locked on in South America, in the United States of America, in the UK, in Canada, in the EU, Europe, Australia, Africa, wherever you may be in this world. Welcome to the Future of Talk, the number one afternoon talk show on 648 TV in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Welcome to the Future of Talk, the number one afternoon talk show. I hear back myself. All right. Well, I hear myself coming to the studio there. I don't know if you can fix that. Right? I think the monitor on.
Problem fix.
Yeah. Right? And so this afternoon, firstly, I want to apologize for yesterday. Right? Yesterday, I know I was supposed to come on yesterday afternoon, and I was supposed to start Monday. I told you guys on Friday that I'll be on Monday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. But unfortunately, I had a circumstance beyond my control. I was by the mechanic and I ended up staying there a little late. So I couldn't do the show yesterday afternoon. However, I'm here this evening. Up. Yes, I'm here. So I'm going to jump right into it. And I want to start off by doing an editorial. Right? I am so upset and I need to vent. So please, this afternoon, just give me about 10 minutes just to vent about how upset I am. I am so upset. I want to vomit. Because this morning, first of all, I apologize. I really tried, but I couldn't. I couldn't give Keith Christopher Rowley 1 hour and 47 minutes of my time to listen that crap of a press conference that he had. I couldn't listen to that for the life of me. I don't know. I probably listened about 15 minutes, probably 20, and I had to take it off. I despise that man so much. I couldn't listen. And I know I have to show this afternoon. I say I have to listen to this press conference or whatever, briefing or whatever that our former Prime Minister gave. And I couldn't Listen to that. I start to feel sick. I want to go to the toilet. I want to vomit. I start to get headache. I start to get nausea. I say, see me, let me take up this thing. No, 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 no. I can't take, I couldn't take it, boy. I couldn't take it. Because all I hearing is if I should, I could, I would have. And if this happen, and if that happen, and if that happen, and if this should happen, and if that should happen. And he only bad talking Kamla, dragging Kamla, demonizing Kamla, oh, she's a bad girl, and she thinks she's bad. And set a dirty talk. But I in this too long. I in this politics game too long. I just see distraction from my mind. And I know that he only called that press conference for his 1% media friends and then to run up by he to push Mike in him out. To talk all that shit. Sorry, I can say that on this platform. I apologize. Let me try. You see what upset? I'm so upset I use it. Sorry. To talk all that crap. Yeah? To talk all that crap. Just to distract the public so they can get talking points on the media, on the 1% media platforms. So they can distract the public from the issue with Wreck-It Ralph and the $1 million and the $1.7 million tree house that he buy from ABC. And once they pay for with the lowest rent to own rate I ever hear in my life for a house like that. I know when they want to sidetrack the public and they want to put wool over people's eyes because Trinidadians have a 9-day wonder memory. I know when they want to change the talking points at every single talk show, at every single radio show and social media. So I know one of the kind of tricks. So I didn't want to waste my hour and 47 minutes listening to Rowdy talk a set of crap. Not my time too precious. I rather go on TikTok and scroll and watch comedy than listen to that joker who had this country for 10 years. You had the country for 10 years. And they run this country down to the gutter. But the whole press conference now, after you done resign, listen, this thing's so sad, eh? One will think Dr. Rowdy will ride up, he retire and he resign and he gave politics, he gave up on politics. He'll ride out into the sunset like Jesse James. Eh? Like Billy the Kid. Like John Wayne, just ride out into the sunset. I will never hear from you no more. The people are trying to make don't want to hear from you, Rowdy. Nobody wants to hear you talk about nothing. Your opinion doesn't matter right now. We know such a catchback we serve in this country. We don't get a dollar for gas. We only grocery. We can see we where we live food prices. We know such a slapping back the belt. Eh? After you had we tightening with belt till we nearly dead in this country. We know such a slapping back the belt. You come in to talk a set of crap. A whole hour 47 minutes, and if I should, I could, I would have, and if this happen, and if this should happen, and if that should happen, only dreams they want to sell the people at Trinidad and Tobago. Nothing of substance, no facts. You come out and say we don't a rabbit hole, with nothing to show for it. You resign from your work. You didn't wait to get voted out. No, you resign and get your partner Como Sweat. Eh? You resign and get your partner Como Sweat. Because you didn't want to lose the election. You didn't want to get the quotas. I'm sorry, I can say quotas. Sorry. You see, I'm so emotional right now. I never hear some words I never hear me say before. But on YouTube. Okay, they're not on TV, but on 648 TV. Eh? You run from a cut skin and put your minion, your left hand and your right hand in power and get Kobo sweat and let he take all the legs for you. And then you come in here. You come in to camera on you and mic in your mouth to talk about camera. You have no kind of moral turpitude, no kind of nothing about you, boy. Something wrong with you. You come to distract the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago from talking about that corrupted deal they're making it this day by renewing a 5-year rent-to-own lease for a $3 million house, a $3 million apartment that they're selling for 1.7 million. The daughter of a prime minister of another country. And the whole of Trinidad and Tobago vex. And you know why they vex? Because thousands and hundreds of thousands of people waiting, trying hard, knocking on AGC door for years, waiting on an apartment, waiting on a house, had everything lined up and cannot get it. But a man in St. Vincent and number 3. A man in the family from St. Vincent and number 3. And you don't like how the whole nation talking about it. So yeah, what you do? You call up your 1% friends, or they call you and say, hey, we looking good there. I hear you. No, I think it's you call them, because you're disrespectful like that. Oh, look at my man, I want to talk. You have nothing to do. You know you go to them to go and see out. Eh? You know you go to them and the sheep and them to go and see out. But you call them press conference. You call in 1% media to come and push my clinic. You call in Akash and them. You calling them because you want to talk. Nobody want to hear you, Rowley. Nobody want to hear what you have to say because what you have to say is nothing but for Trinidad and Tobago. You have an idea, a clue, nothing to push the country forward. You was there for 10 years. And nothing to show for it. We benefit from nothing. You talking about deal you make and deal you did make and all them with this gold my deal you did not make already. What did you make that benefit us? Eh? Only taxing and thieving your whole cabinet in bubble and corruption. Since the UNC come in, they expose all the bubble and corruption. Or renewing people contract, or they renew people contract. With all cabinet notes and all kind of thing. Millions missing here, millions missing there, millions missing all over every single ministry. Contract awarded without any due process. All they wrecked this country. All they buried over backwards and took bomb whopping we for the last 9.5 years. But you coming to talk now, Rowley? You don't have nothing in you, boy. Nobody want to hear about you. You will go down in history as the worst prime minister they've ever had in the history. Here's where you're going. You're going down in the Guinness Book of Records as the worst government that ever passed through Trinidad and Tobago. That is your legacy, Rowley. But you calling to talk. You want people to put mic in their mouth and talk a whole hour and 47 minutes. When I watching the video on YouTube, I see that hour and 47 minutes. I watching 20 minutes in and I said, nah, I can't listen to hour and 47 minutes of this crap. But up to now, me hear nothing you say good. And all I know you just do that to part of the government, part of the UNC, or you had this idea, and you had this idea, and the TP idea, and you know what's going on to this, and you continue it. Look, only Hall. I done vex this evening already. I didn't come here to do this, you know. But I say I have a show to do. Heavy. You go back, and this is current affairs. You have to watch them video and then I get content for your show, and this is a heavy topic. I really hear my boy opinion box and them fellas and them talking. I see my boy do a video on TikTok, I watch it. But I pick them, I said, Heavy, Go and watch the video. When I go to watch this thing, but I just get upset. Just the man's voice alone is getting me upset. Just how the man is talking get me upset. I tell you, I want to vomit. I want to go to the toilet. I start to get headache. I start to get nausea, all kind of thing. First, this man just get me upset. Upset my whole evening. And whoever listen to the video, but better call me and tell me what the man say in the video. Because you see me, I tell I listen 20 minutes, and after I hear that, I say, see me, I take it off one time. I take it off one time. And let's sing it to you. You know what I get some this season? You know what I get some in the fire this season? You see them 1% media. You see them media houses and them in Trinidad and Tobago that is owned and run by the 1% who like to run up a mic in front of everybody in the PNM mouth for them to talk and they want to hear your opinion. You see all there is the downfall of Trinidad and Tobago for broadcasting them kind of stupidness. When we only calling all, they mustn't answer the phone. Say, go and rest. You say, want to rest? Go and rest. Forget we. We fix Trinidad and Tobago. We over here fix Trinidad and Tobago. No, but they're running up there. Anytime they call, they're running the opposition. Penny and all. Imagine. Or then go and ask Penny for a press conference and hear she opinion. Or then overstep the opposition leader. So go and put Mike in the former Prime Minister. He's not even the former Prime Minister. He's the former Prime Minister. He's a normal citizen. What the hell do they want you to talk for? So I'm to Penny. What happened to Short Young? Eh? Them still in camp. Them still in Parliament. Hear them opinion? No. All they're going to hear, he, wrongly. They go and mind the goat and the sheep and them. Look, nobody don't want to hear about him, but we glad we get rid of him. Nobody want to hear about Rowley. I went over my time. I said I was getting 10 minutes, but I'm so emotional. I got into about 15 minutes here talking. You understand? First of vex. So I'm going to go open the lines down. I'm going to get the people and them on the inside. The numbers are called 3240-844, 347-6712. That's 3240-844 and 347-6712. You can call those numbers on WhatsApp. As they get the calls, send them in. Never see how they're listening. Good afternoon, caller.
Hey, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I tell you, because there's wrong channel all over the Simon.
I have any problem seeing the callers, director. I hear the caller properly. The caller said?
We are online. But
He breaking up heavy.
Yeah, he breaking up very bad. I don't hear them clearly at all.
He breaking up.
For me breaking up, I breaking up?
Say you go and call on the next line.
Yeah, let's try the next time because I don't hear them at all. I just hear them breaking up here. You know, he had really come out to to upset my whole day. I really tried. I'll forgive me. I really tried to listen, boy. I really tried. I couldn't make it, but I couldn't make it past 20 minutes. And when I said that, I listen, I said, no. I said, no. 1:47 minutes, not my time. Better go watch a series.
Every granny on the line.
Caller. Yes? Baby? Are you okay? What's up? Go ahead and make a contribution. Go ahead.
Hey, Granny, hey, Granny, hey,
Hey,
Granny,
hey, Granny. Hey, Granny, how you going?
Okay, can we?
Oh, God, Granny, I miss you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just making the contribution.
Go ahead and make a contribution, Granny. Go ahead.
I thought that very early birds leave to the onion, birds wanted, to the back end, birds wanted. And first when I get the bird and pick them and sheep them and reverse them,
Yeah, exactly.
put that on front. If man looking at one of them and they get there and they get me with that, I always have to watch on with them. One of them six man. Nobody ever did anything. Take you out on you. I like DC.
I gave her a problem. Say the callers.
yeah, headphone, take off the headphone. And you go and you on the floor. Yeah, man.
Right, I hear you now.
Right, you on the floor.
Right. I didn't take up meds, said I wasn't getting the I wasn't hearing the callers on them properly, but I just breaking up bad.
And
I
I'm
don't
glad
know if
you're singing real clear now.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I remember I didn't take out the headset.
all right, you go ahead and talk about it then.
You're right. So
All right, let's
I get a call it. Caller.
Hello, good afternoon, Heavy.
Hey, good afternoon. What's up?
Yes, Heavy. Heavy, we not getting the callers clearly, boy. We're not understanding what they're saying and the volume is very low.
Oh, okay. But we're working on that. Don't worry yourself.
You know what I did yesterday? We're not understanding one thing what they say.
Yeah, because Granny talk just saw that I didn't really hear what she say, but I hear you clear. I hear you clear now.
Yeah, what I hear in heavy clear. I get in heavy voice is very, very clear. But the caller,
somebody put up the audio clear now.
All right, good.
yeah,
All right, caller. Thank you very much.
yeah.
Maybe you go ahead.
It's all I see a message on the chat. They're saying Penny is just window dressing. Clearly, they don't respect Penny. Clearly, the membership of the PNM don't respect Penny. The 1% media don't respect Penny. Because you overstep Penny, who's the opposition leader. You overstep Seo Chung, who's the former prime minister, to go and talk to a man who mining goat. You understand? Let the man go on in the goat farm. He's not supposed even to be talking about nothing in Trinidad and Tobago politics. Nobody don't want to hear failure. While they're giving me back Rowley, we don't want to hear about him. We were trying to forget that man. You understand? Nobody want to hear about him. I don't even know. I really try to listen nothing, you know, but I just get fed up. I say, nah. As soon as he started the video, he started about talk Kamla one time. Oh, we have a Bajan prime minister. That cannot, you are no statesman, that cannot got up, cannot, where you have about here. You understand? Like everybody corner, everybody barber shop, everybody rum shop, you're talking. No, have some respect. Have some respect for your prime minister. You understand? She opening doors away. Doors that you close and lock up. She opening it back. Allow the people and them to do the work and let them fix the country that you mash up. You understand? We have any calls on the line?
No, yeah.
This is the time to call the numbers to call. Right? It's 324-0844. That's 324-0844 or 347-6712. That's 347-6712. right? And of course, we're right here on 648 TV. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The Future Talk is back on with Heavy on the afternoon from 4 to 6 right here on 648 TV, right? So I don't realize already that this what they're doing here. This whole big press conference thing is a distraction. They want to distract the public. They want to distract the citizens from talking about Wreck-It Ralph and his family who come into Trinidad and who they allow to purchase 3 homes. 2 purchased with cash with a big $1.7 million discount, right? And the next one is a rent-to-own for the lowest rent-to-own. Well, that to me the lowest rent-to-own, and for that type of money for that property is the lowest I ever heard in history. That break the Guinness Book of Record. $2,700 a month, right? $2,700 and something dollars a month rent-to-own for a $3 million condo apartment in a gated community with swimming pool and all kind of thing, parking, AC down. Eh? You trying to tell me we have citizens in Trinidad and Tobago complaining? They say that is a slap in the face. That is a hawk, a coal, and spit in your face of Trinidad and Tobago citizens, especially people waiting on homes. Imagine, let's say, or let's put it up on the market, or let's put it up on the real estate market for sale, right? But if they put up something for sale on the open market, why are they picking and choosing who to give? And why will they give one family 3? Why will you give one family 3? Eh? Why? Think about it. There are people who have small business, who have the money, have the savings, and begging to purchase these places, right? And they can get the mortgage by the bank waiting to purchase, and all they blanking them. Or they're blanking them. You understand? Heavy, and for 10 years, yeah, I read it. They are paying them. Heavy, and for 10 years, we had a corrupt PM. Yes. Imagine people are crying for the saying these things on the open market. When you put in your thing to purchase it, they're telling you no, it's already sold. No, that one ain't ready yet. That unit ain't ready yet. This one thing, and like selling it to people with less money. Or they're selling it to the Gonzalez family for less money that it's on the market for. It's on the market for almost 3 million, but they're selling it for 1.7 million. And have people who line up waiting with the 3 million to pay into that right here. Eh? Eh? Why? Why? People right here waiting. Glad I'll put it up for sale. Nobody's saying no, okay, it's up for sale on the open market. But when they go, I set a red tape because they don't want them to live there. Eh? Open market, you know. But I don't want them to live there. They have all the requirements, all the paperwork. They show, look, I'm making $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month in my business. Look at the bank. The bank doesn't say they will pay the mortgage. They will pay for it, and I will pay a mortgage in the bank. They will let them buy the property for me. Or they're blanking citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. If, to show all the wicked, if citizens of Trinidad and Tobago know that they can pay $2,700 a month for that apartment down in Victoria Day, right? For that apartment, rent to own, I and all can pay it. I and all can pay it. I would have been down there first in line if I only knew that you could pay $2,700 plus to rent that apartment down there in Victoria Keys. Eh? If I don't only know that is the deal, I line up to pay. I know thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in Trinidad and Tobago that rush that. Especially those people who pay rent for $4,000 and $5,000 a month. Eh? But no. Or they want me. Or they want to sell it to all their family and friends. Look, Wreck-It Ralph in St. Vincent and the family end up with 3. And you and your family trying to get only 1. Or they can't get an apartment to rent to own. Or they can't even get an apartment to rent to own in Port of Spain. Right? But all they have, these people coming here and taking 3 away. And all they see nothing wrong with that. And all they're trying to defend that. All they're trying to defend that. All they're trying to defend. Is that all they're coming on podcasts and on show and doing on social media videos to talk about, oh, it was on the open market. So anybody could have buy it. Let me tell you how wicked all this is. Let me tell you how wicked AGC is and all the other PNM is. First PNM wicked. If I had that kind of money to purchase that, first thing first, and as I told that here, first thing first, in order for me to purchase that, I mustn't have no other property nowhere else in Trinidad and Tobago. I mustn't have no deed on my name nowhere else in Trinidad and Tobago. I mustn't own nothing. Right? On top of that, I wasn't getting no $1 million+ discount. I would have to pay my full $2,090,000, $2,900,000 and something thousand, $2,700,000 and something thousand. I would have to pay that in full or get a mortgage for that from my bank. Right? I wasn't going to no sweetheart deal like the Gonzalez family. 1.7. Think about it. You pay a whole $1,200,000 less. You just paid a whole you just save a whole $1,200,000 less. And I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. In 4 or 5 years' time, you gonna sell. You can sell back that same property, that same unit. You could sell that for over almost $4 million. So you just make a whole $3 million profit on that deal. And you know, not that they have one, not that the Gonzalez family buy one, the wife buy one, the son buy one, right? And they went and make a deal for a rent-to-own for the next one. And the rent-to-own is $2,760-something a month. And people in Trinidad and Tobago living on the streets under the bank. People at Trinidad and Tobago, all over the place, moving from here to there, looking through the paper, looking for a place to rent, because they can't afford to pay $3,000 here, they can't afford to pay $4,000 here, they can't afford to pay $3,500 here. And the application inside by agency rotten 25 years a day. They apply since 1995. They apply. They apply since 1995. Some of them done dead. Some of them dead. Waiting for house. When they're dead, they tell the children, hey, go by agency application there. Just go and renew it on your name. And when the children go and do that, the children waiting to the children almost old enough to dead too. And then they pass it on to them children. All we do, they pass it on to children and we grandchildren. Go by agency, we have a name inside of there. Just renew it. Just put a name on it. And all I'm here is we renting. We just renting dead money, paying rent. When we can pay our rent to own we own home. Yeah? We pay landlord's rent. But no, the Gonzalez and them, who's not even Trinidadian, Trinbagonians, the wife claimed to say she was born Trinidadian. I say, yeah. Okay. Right? And now they get you under that wicked, evil PNM government with the dirty, corrupt ways, the level of nepotism and favoritism. Right? They throw their own citizens under the bus. Under the bus, they throw it. And hugging up body with Gonzales and drinking champagne and eating caviar and familion. Eh? They don't care about all that. And then you want to come, you rowdy want to come now to do press conference and you want to talk? But to hell with you, boy. Go to hell. Go to hell. So say heavy, so how we getting the difference? Who pocket that went in? Oh, that's the big question. Exactly. Who pocket that gone in? How we getting the difference? We taxpayers money bill it. Right? Or they're selling it. Oh God, allow somebody to Trinidad to buy it. You understand? Or they sell it for less than what it's worth. Or they sell it for less than what it's worth, you know. And then do a rent to own on the next one, you know. For the more, but that was what killing me, you know. You see, what killing me. You see that money you see that rent to own one? You see that $2,760? I went and do my research. I look on the newspapers for rent. Right? Right on my phone, you know, they send me newspapers every morning for me. They send it in the via the app thing. They send the little thing. They can click on it and they send the newspapers online. You don't have to buy papers again. They come into online now. And I go on the classifieds and I looking for rental apartment. Just not rental apartments I'm looking for. And I'm looking for anything around 2005 to 3000. You know where you get an apartment for 3000? Or they wouldn't guess. You ain't getting nothing in Shogunas. Right? You ain't nothing on the Eastern Main Road, but between between Sawa, Tarima, all of the St. Augustine, El Dorado, Tacarigua, you go up the road. You get nothing there for 3000 or less than 3000. I reach Shogunas, they get 1 bedroom for 3000. 1 bedroom apartment for 3000. 1 bedroom toilet and bath for 3000. Right? 1 bedroom. You ain't getting no 3-bedroom condominium with swimming pool and all these kind of things to rent for $2,700. You ain't getting that. You can get a hotel room in the head for 1 night, for 2 nights for that. Imagine that. You had to look for places somewhere in Laventille to get a rent for $2,700. I telling you, nothing on that 3000. I went and look. But we have people in Trinidad and Tobago trying to defend what the PNM government has done to us and what they did to us. Imagine that. I tell you, this thing had me real upset, and that whole hour and 47 minutes of what we did talk. I want to open my phone lines again because I want to take Director, with a sick break here. I don't know if it's sick break here, if it's talk right down till the hours, you know. Right? So the people who listen online, I want to see the YouTube. How we looking on the YouTube there, Director? I wonder if he did, boy. So if you want to call the number, so call 324-0844. That's 324-0844 or 347-6712.
643 up on the YouTube right now.
643?
Yep.
All right. So, Director, why do my favor? Cue the song, right? I can play the song. I want to just go and get some water to drink, right? You can know we have here to run.
no life to honor. Without love, no reason to live. There's still time to change in your behavior and to learn all that we should give. The world is not our own, we just to let the custodian.
Yeah,
To God, to guide and feed your children. With hate alone and show.
Hey, Evie. Call on the line.
are you hearing me?
Yes, good afternoon, caller.
Heavy, welcome back. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
All right. No, Rowley and the PN really wicked to the PNM supporters. And here why. Now you remember back in 2012, in East Port Spain, when Kamala offered the tenants of East Port Spain $1 memorandum of understanding to own, rent to own.
Yeah?
You remember that, right?
Yes, I remember that.
She offered them $1 memorandum of understanding, rent to own. And the residents there went to the MP, the PNM MPs and informed them to get their advice. And they were advised that that is a trick. You remember that?
Yep.
Right. And what happened? They demolished all those apartments where we had geographic migration of all these residents to all various parts of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? That is how wicked this PNM is.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what's sad? These people going back and for more and more punishment go to the PNM. That is sad. Right? So I ain't gonna say much more than that, but I just saying, you know, how PNM supporters really do want to. Yeah, you have a good one, brother.
Thank you, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Because those apartments was right by the corner, Duncan Street and Independence Square. There was 2 buildings by the corner, one on the left and one on the right. And then there was the apartments right after it. The PNM government came in and demolished those buildings and demolished those apartments. And right now, right there is just 2 empty spaces. Ask me why they do that. Ask me why they did that. Because my friend, Professor Wall Street, when he was at PNM, and he said himself, I ain't saying it after him, I saying after him, when he was at PNM, and he used to support the PNM, Professor Wall Street had in writing, had a plan to use to take one of those buildings. He was going to take his own money, right? And he just asked for the government, which was the PNM government at the time. He talked to Rowley personally. He says that building at the corner of Duncan Street and Independence Square that is abandoned and just there. It was the old workers, I think it was the old workers' right union building or something. So he said, I want that building to lease that building. Or if you want, let me buy the building. If you want, I rent to own or something. The building is just there abandoned. I want to open a Laventille to Wall Street Empowerment Institute. I'm going to repeat that in case you're opening your fridge and you didn't hear me. You can tape this and send it for Wall Street too. Because he said that to me. He said that to me. He said I wanted to open a Laventille to Wall Street Empowerment Institute for children in Laventille. Right? Where you can open doors to them with education and sports, track and field, homework center, computer room, everything he was going to bring down there. He had an organization, we used to call them oh God.
NGO?
An NGO out there in the United States was willing to sponsor it. The government didn't have to put out no money. All that has to do was sign the documents and grant him the lease to use the building. But they don't want them youths in Laventille and them to empower. He was going to try to get scholarships for these young people who excel in the institution and get them to come out to the United States and get them into colleges and high schools to do track and field and whatever sports they're into. But PNM don't want that for black people children. No. They don't want Wall Street to open no Laventille to Wall Street Empowerment Institute to help children of Laventille. You mad? Get them CPEP and URP. That's what they want to do. They want the children and them to just get CPEP and URP, right? And don't get them nothing. So they can turn into criminals. So run up and down with guns in their hand with AR-15 and kill one another. And then they can pay the 1% on them to lock them up and transport them from the jail to the courthouse and get them make millions of dollars a year. Eh? And have the country in a whole disarray. No, you don't want that. You don't want to pay no money. You don't want to spend a cent. And Wall Street, my friend, showed me that. Well, he didn't show me the document, but he explained to me. He said, Heavy, when Rowley was in opposition, he came to the United States. He stayed by me. I seen after me and Shepard say that now. Those days, Wall Street was a PNM. And he said he asked them. He asked him there, and he was promised. And when they get in power, who's Wall Street? Man, they throw Wall Street under the bus. If you Wall Street, get call them after they get in power. Eh? That what they do. That what them wicked PNM people let's do them. When them get in power, them don't care about you. Doggy, look at bone, no. I don't get back about that song. It's doggy, look at bone when it's election. And after election, only bone done. You understand? And that is why today, Wall Street is no longer PNM. And Wall Street is now supporting the UNC and Kamla Persad Bissessa. Wall Street realize that the people that he like and he support, not supporting he and he people. You understand? That and when the apartments and them burned down in Chumacak, Laventille, and the people lost their life in the apartment going up to Chumacak, Laventille, where Wall Street they born and go. Right? And they leave the buildings and them abandoned for years. For years, Wall Street used to call 91.9 radio station every day and complain. Why the minister, why the PNM not fixing back the buildings so the people to get place to live? They leave their building abandoned for years. Burn. Eh? It's last minute, they don't fix it. Just 2 years ago, they don't fix it. For years, that was then abandoned. And that is what make Wall Street open my eyes and say, no, PNM no more. You understand? So I can tell you, caller, that same property right there, right now, is an empty lot of land. They just fence it wrong, nobody can pass, and they just empty there. You can pass there every day and have nothing there. So the break down people homes and move them out. And what they want there for? What they going to do? What? Caller, you have a caller?
Yeah, you ready? Now.
Yeah. Caller?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, Heavy.
Yeah, brother.
We have a problem with Kamla. Saying Kamla doesn't talk over the television. He have a problem with that. That man really over time and stupid boy. Yeah. Yeah.
If he's stupid again, you do a whole press conference to distract the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and Bato Kamla. That making any sense? Eh? Or you was going to do this and if they do this, that will happen, man. If they do that, all of a sudden, you see biggest will be a man already. All of a sudden, you know, if they do this, that will happen, man. If they do that, that will happen. Right? talking about Kamla making the United States use Trinidad and Tobago as a launching area to attack the people of Venezuela. Them is this kind of loose argument, loose statement you just making, talking off the top of your head. Only allegations. No kind of substance, no kind of information. Nothing. You went and research. You comment and say Kamla, and then go down and make the United States use Trinidad and Tobago as a launching point or a launching base to attack Venezuela and attack the people of Venezuela. That way, I say no. The Prime Minister has supported a whole statement saying that the Trinidad and Tobago government is not going to let America use Trinidad and Tobago as a launching point to attack the people of Venezuela. She said it. I read that yesterday, last night, and today. So why you coming with your loose allegations on them? And this is what I say, you only content to make bacchanal. Only bacchanal they want to make. Oh, you're trying to scare the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody want to hear you. This government have it under control. Who tell you to go down and use Trinidad and Tobago as a launching point? First, you're so dotish. They bring on a whole ship called the USS General Ford. A ship that can launch planes off it. It's called a carrier, in case you don't know. Let me don't know, let me educate you. It is called a carrier. The carrier could pack up anyway, can pack up in international waters, and the planes and them can take off it. They don't need to come on no land. They don't need to put on military base here. America don't need to put on military base here. If you see the Creole people just want to know that their Creole party is in power, that is all. They are not interested in governance. Well, like them dotish people and them. If in 2025, hold on 1 second, if I'm director, for this song, and somebody call him outside here. Remember who, man?
We daily kill the plants, we throw away the seeds. There's a big generation out there who cares? Yeah, it's disappearing everywhere. Who cares? Somebody back up, break. Somebody back up, break. So we don't find them showing the that's what we
All right.
we don't find them
Right. So I'm back. Director?
You're on the floor.
Right.
Right.
So unfortunately, somebody come to me. They come to pick me up. So I had to go out to see. I forget how to go out to see. And I had to go. I already tell him I come in to see. I forget that. Right. So yes. The Americans, the U.S. Army, the U.S. military don't have to use Trinidad and Tobago to launch an attack on Venezuela.
You have a call on the line, Heavy.
Caller.
Hello.
You have a call on the line.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, caller. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Today, the Prime Minister, with immediate effect, ban set at the Electrical Stadium and the GPEC complex. You hear about that?
The ban what?
Immediate effect today.
What they did?
The Prime Minister banned FET at Hazy Crawford Stadium
And the GPEC complex.
and the Jimpe complex.
All right.
With immediate effect.
Like today.
That's what we call us.
All right, brother. Thank you very much. Thanks for that information. I know it was coming.
Come on.
I will deal with that tomorrow. I will deal with that fed thing and that them stadiums and them who everybody talking about because of that they go shut down carnival and all kind of thing. I will deal with that tomorrow. I have time to deal with that now. I want to finish up with Rowley and the crappy talk on a press conference about Kamala want to use the country to launch and all of that stupidness. Only speculations.
Every granny on the line.
Yes, Granny.
This was Granny.
Hey, Granny, what's up?
I don't know how to look at that player. What's that over there called?
Welcome, Granny. Welcome. We miss you a lot. We miss you.
Right. I wonder if it's something like this. I cannot come now. Money. All are we? David Britain, the American children here in Canada. If you can stay at home, I don't know. The Britain, and it is a bit. Now, let us see international airport. You're in jail. The best in the world. Now, let us see international airport. The UN comes sitting and sitting
Yeah.
over people house. Right, Joe. American president, right to request. Chris Luckman, and the young man, everything. So what they're talking about China, someone has a wrong in the house. Someone has a idea for and look for but then the young man over let the police know I live. I would have lived. I would have found out I would have lived. So they can't put on the camera.
Yes.
But then good. Yeah, it's good.
Yes, Granny. Thank you. Thank you so much, Granny.
You see, I love you on PC.
I know.
I want to hear PC voice. I don't have a number or the call me anytime. For the people and God bless all.
All right, Granny. Take care. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much. Is there any more calls on the line, Director?
Not right now.
Right. Well, I'll look to wrap up. Somebody waiting from outside there. I'll tell them I'm coming just now. Right? Sorry about that. I want to apologize. I know I said I'll do 2 hours today, but I really forgot. I told them Tuesday I come in and do that for them this evening. Right? And I come to pick them up. So I had to leave. So people, until tomorrow, don't worry. Tomorrow I'll do my 2 hours. Right? Tomorrow for sure, you get the 2 hours. I'm coming back tomorrow and I'm going to deal with Rowley again. And of course, I had to touch on the party venues for Carnival that is not going to be used on sport venues that they want to use for Carnival. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, right? So until tomorrow, I'll be back here, same time, same place, right here on 648 TV. That's 648 TV. Just remember, the Future Talk is back on right here on 648 TV. Enjoy the afternoon. Share the live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are back on, right? And always, keep up and let's make a better Trinidad and Tobago. All right, until I'm out.